What's up? It's your boy Reg checking in with another day in the life of Reggie. Oh man, I done took a little nap like a motherfucker. I'm trying to win a polar pop. You know me, man. Man, I can drink. That's why I knew I was buy some singles, but I knew I should have bought more. I can drink. I can drink up some shit, man. I be thinking about cats that got a problem with brewskis, man. Ooh, that's a bad habit, man. That's a bad habit, motherfuckers. They call themselves having one or two on occasion or something like that, and before you know it, they can't even enjoy a cup of coffee. They can't even enjoy a cup of juice, man. They be like, that's a bad habit, bro. You do some shit like the first of the month come, and you automatically set aside $200 just to run to the store to get a brewski, man. That's a bad habit, bro. That's a bad habit, man. Yeah, that's a bad habit, bro. And it ain't good for you. You know, I know the motherfucker. Sometimes when you maneuvering out here, sometimes shit can get a little hectic and shit. And sometimes you be at a standstill and shit, man. But it just be like, that's a bad habit, bro. And to start out on some innocent shit, start out, man, you just trying to take the edge off. You might have a lot on your mind and shit, man. You might have a lot on your mind. You might be, going through a little bit of shit, and you just be like, man, sometimes a whole lot of shit can get to you, man. Yeah, a whole lot of shit can get to you, and it can kind of weigh on you, man. And you fuck around and get you a brewski and shit, man, just to motherfucking, man, I'm telling you, call yourself having one or two every day, that shit turn into that shit turn into a $200 habit, bruh. That shit is good, man, because sometimes, when you got something to look forward to, man, or you got some extra money to do this and do that, man, something you trying to get to, you can keep up on it, man, but I mean, like, ooh, that shit, and it had you looking bad, man, it had you looking bad out here, man. It had you looking bad, cause it's either you be looking, alright, and you got something that you fucking with, you just gotta fuck with it, man. You gotta fuck with it hard, bruh. Just like dude said up in that motherfucking vlog, man, the vape vlog. There's one dude that he's a vapor and he do reviews on vaping, man. You gotta stand for something. Yeah, you gotta stand for something, man. You gotta stand for something, man. Yeah, you definitely gotta stand for something, man. You gotta stand for something, bro. You definitely gotta stand for something, man. And man, some shit to get to you, man. That's what I mean. I like the game like a motherfucker because I just hopped on the game. But sometimes like if I was just on some regular shit, man, I probably wouldn't be able to do both. I probably wouldn't even be able to, because sometimes you might want an energy drink or you need this and you need that. You can do the monthly payment at one of these rental places. But once it's all said and done with, after you get you a game on the TV or something like that, that that damn near be your cell phone bill. My vlogs is more important than the game, man. My vlogs is I like the game. You know, you throw some music on and get in the game, it can really just, you can really just, man, the game is good, man. You know, when a lot of shit can get to you, your game could be an outlet, man. I kind of seen it firsthand, like with my stepdad, man. Even though he might have drank a little bit, man, but I remember him saying that the game like his therapy, and that's exactly what it could be. You know, man, man, you can fuck around and man, the game can ease you, man. The game could ease you, man, but man, it'd be like if I had to choose, if I had an extra every month, if I had an extra 200, 250, bro, I would have to roll with my vlogs. I would have to roll with my vlogs, man, and just be like, shit, man. Like right now, I'm back on vlogs, man. I'm back on my vlog. I like the game. Sometimes I remember that from the past, man. Sometimes holding on to a game could be, a little difficult, man. I don't know, man. It's like, remember in the past, I really wasn't into the game. I had my 360 and, you know, I didn't play it that much, man. I didn't play it that much, You know, I didn't play it that much. It just was like, for me, like, I don't know, I might have changed a little bit, man, Like, I watched a lot of TV. That was my big thing. I get up every day and watch TV all damn day. I get up and watch TV all damn day, man. Even though we didn't have cable at first, you know, we didn't have cable at first, but you know, watching TV was like cool as hell. You know, watching TV was cool as hell. Watching TV was cool as hell. You know. Watching TV was cool as hell for me. I watched a lot of TV, man. I would, I didn't know nothing about the vape yet, so I would probably spend, I didn't know nothing about the vape. So, I probably would spend like, an extra $50 on vaping, on cigarettes, You know, I ain't into watching TV, man. Cause sometimes there don't be shit on, man. It don't be shit on TV, man. You just be like, I might have. If I wanted to, I can keep some cable or some shit, or some TV shows on my phone or something. Watch a lot of TV. I like to watch the news a lot. That's what I used to do. Like the news come on at 9, 11, 12, 5, 9 at night.
That was my big thing. Watching the news. Something that I could say that I still like now. I still like the news. Yeah, I still like the news. I just be like, you know, I guess I might have figured it out, man, over time. Cause before, I remember I always would like, think out loud. You know what I mean? I would always like think out loud and stuff, man. You just gotta turn it into something. You know, my mom be like, "Stop thinking out loud." Mm, you know, that's how I keep myself going, man. I ain't into watching TV. You know, I ain't into watching TV and shit, man. You know, I ain't into watching TV, man. I ain't into watching TV, man. You know, I would get my game out every month, and I would want to play it, but sometimes I would turn it on and play it. You know, um, you know, you know. Maybe like a year later, I ended up getting a smartphone, and that shit was cool as hell. I spent a lot of time on my smartphone for like a year before I got my job. That's all I would. After I got my smartphone, that's all I would do. You know, be on Facebook or YouTube. You know, you know, shit like that. Just looking at a lot of different shit. You know, I have my smartphone. A lot of times I be on my smartphone all day. I forget what the hell I used to be watching up on YouTube and shit. I had some headphones, but I really didn't use them that much. But like the only time I remember putting my headphones in is when I would go to get on my to work out, you know. But you know, you know, I just be on like Facebook and shit, just on people's pages and just, you know, um, I just play a little game on my phone. I didn't really use my camera too much. I didn't use my camera too much, you know. You know, I don't know. I like to say sometimes take some time, to get into shit. You know, I guess it's like steps to the shit. Like I was living with my mom, and I really wasn't used to watching TV. So for me, watching TV and don't catch the news, that was my big thing, man. That kind of like made me happy. Like I keep some juice, and every time the news come on, I pour me up a big glass of juice, fire up a little square, pop a little cigarette, watch the news, and it was cool like that, man. Just like shit was cool. And I watch a little Ion. I watch a little. I was a TV cat, man. It was cool, man. It was cool as hell. Every now and then I watch a TV show with my mom and shit. Man. It was cool, bruh. I had my little TV. One thing I can always say about myself, man. I'm motherfucking. Bro, I always, you know, I always set aside $100 for juice. Hawaiian Punch. I drank a ton of Hawaiian Punch. Man, I drank a ton of apple juice, man. Like a ton of apple juice, man. I was in my early stages, man. Before then, you know, kept a ton of apple juice. That's what I would do. I wake up every morning, grab me, walk to the dollar store, go get me a big thing of motherfucking apple juice, and I drink the whole day. Man, just apple juice, bruh. And I like my news like a motherfucker, it was cool as hell, man. It was cool as hell. Pour me up some juice, fire up a square, watch the news go off, King of Queens might come on. A little TV show might come on. Watch a TV show. Might lay down, jump on my smartphone, get on the Facebook. So I guess you gotta start somewhere. I guess you gotta start somewhere, man, I guess you gotta start somewhere. I guess you gotta start somewhere. That's where I started. 27 news, some juice, pack of squares. A few years later, I done fucked around, got a nice little job, eating a little better. My coffee, I would wake up and drink a cup or two of coffee every morning. That's what I would do. I wake up, drink a cup. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna grab another cup. Every now and then I might grab 3 cups, just I guess it's a starting point for everything, That shit made me who I am today. All the, them couple years when, I kind of had like a little sleeping problem. I kind of had a little sleeping problem and shit. I had to take a little pill at night to get some sleep. But
It was alright, man. It was something to get used to, but it wasn't bad, man. A lot of good times when I stayed with my mom and my stepdad, man. A lot of good times, man. That shit made me who I am today. I learned a lot of shit from my mom and my stepdad to be able to, learn how to pay your rent, your utilities, learn how to motherfucking get you something to puff on. And shit made me who I am today, man. And, man, it was a lot of good times, man. That was my starting point, man. I had a smartphone before in high school when I was working at the KFC in high school after I graduated. I got a little Samsung, but I probably could have got a better one, but I kind of was caught up on, I was kind of caught up on the tree and shit. When I could have fucked around, my smartphone, it had a camera on it. It had touchscreen. So that was like my first ever smartphone. I was happy to have it, but like I didn't really have access to like the internet or YouTube or no headphones, because I probably spent about 160 on the phone. But if I would have had an extra $100, I probably could have got like like a real, touchscreen smartphone. But that's just some shit you gotta remember. Like, you can fuck around and pull out with some nice shit. If you ain't caught up on a whole bunch, if you ain't caught up on some dumb shit, and then, that's how I would fuck around, and blaze up a blunt or two a day, and that shit was like, plus, my mom was doing her thing, and I had to go get some to eat, and I still was always drinking some juice or some pop or something like that, some energy drinks or whatever. So, it just be like, maybe, the extra little $50, extra $100, it goes a lot further. You don't never know the possibilities. You don't never know the possibilities of when you could get this and it's but it's nice and it's cool. Or you can have that extra $100 and be like, nah, I'm gonna get this because you got access to the internet, or they got a front-facing camera, and you start fucking with some shit later on down the road. You be like, nah, man, I had this and I was working this, or I had this and I really didn't mess with it, but now I do. You know what I mean? And it could be some good shit, man. Just like taking pictures, Right now I'm working my video camera, but I might be in the pictures later. I might be in the going out and just, you go out and you figure out, like them people that be on them trails. That's some tough shit. To walk up and down trails, taking pictures. You know what I mean? They be having like trail mix and shit like that, and different kind of, water bottles that keep your water cool and shit like that, or some Gatorade or something. But you can do some shit like that, cause I took pictures before. Yeah, I went out and spent like $200 on a camera. I still got my pictures, man, it's, you gotta, it's a starting point, man. You can't expect to, start out, and that's like, that shit was big, That shit was big, it was like, this is like my first real smartphone. I had to, when I was younger, I never really had like a nice TV. I remember having like one TV that I used to play my Dreamcast on, but I never really sat down and watched TV. And then when I was in college, I bought a TV, but I didn't have no cable or nothing. I would watch some movies and shit, but after you watch the same movies over and over, you'd be like, alright, you know what I mean? So, it's a starting point for everything. It's a starting point for everything, man. It was Some cool shit, man. You know, it's a starting point. It's a starting point for everything, man. You know, sometimes you gotta take that risk, though. You know, man, like I got this phone. I'm like, motherfucker be like, damn, you would sprint your bill $120 and you got an expensive phone and you gotta do this and do that. I'm like, yeah, man, but I might, cause dude said it's a Canon camera on this phone, so I might be like, nah, man, I ain't gonna settle for no other kind of smartphone with a different kind of camera, cause this camera right here is nice, you know. But I guess that was my starting point. I didn't think too much of it. I was just like, I don't know. I don't know. I look back and I think like, I could have, been in my Xbox 360 a little more, or I could have, I didn't know too much about Samsungs and shit. When I went to go get my phone, I seen a Samsungs out there, but I was like, I don't know, cause I didn't. It really didn't dawn on me that like my first phone I had was a Samsung. I really think I didn't. Like when I bought my phone and shit, I ain't even. And I knew it was a Samsung, but I don't think I didn't know Samsung was the biggest brand as it is. And I didn't know that like, I didn't know like I wasn't like up on like if you get you a smartphone, it's either Samsung or iPhone. I just seen it. I got a Nokia. I seen a Nokia. It had a little. I think it was like green or something. I like the back of it was green. I mean, it was a nice phone. Had a little camera on it and shit. You know, had a little camera on it, and I remember using the camera a couple times. But I guess it's a starting point for everything, man. You know, it's a starting point for everything, and that was like my starting point, man. That was my starting point. My starting point was my little Nokia, and I get on Facebook, and got my little Facebook picture. I used to be on YouTube. I didn't listen to no newer type music. I was still into like my 3 6 Mafia. That's kind of what I grew up on. My 3 6 Mafia and my 666 Mafia, and some Lil Flip. Maybe like some Mystical. That's the shit. I was on. Like now I listen to some newer shit. But that's a starting point, man. You know, you know, Granted though, that it make a difference, man. You know, having an extra when you want to go get a smartphone, or you built up some credit or something, man. And you going to get a smartphone, and you got that extra. I had about like when I wanted to go get my smartphone, I had about like I think I had about like $140 in my pocket, you know, and I think my phone was like I don't know, my phone was like $80, So I was like, cool, I was like, cool. Turn some lights on. I was like, cool, that was my starting point. That was my starting point and shit. You know, that was my little starting point. And, that was my starting point, and it was cool. You know, that was my starting point and shit, man. It was cool. I look back and be like, yeah, you know, I guess that was probably like maybe like 5 years ago. Like 5 years ago, I've been working like four. That was like 5 years ago, man. I didn't. I've been living. Once you start living a little bit and you get different ideas, and you be like, cool. You never know. 5 years from now, it could have been like, you look back and you be like, yeah, I was at the point in time I was feeling that shit, bro. Pour some juice, fire up a square, watch some TV. I used to be glued to my TV. It's like that, man. I used to be glued to my shit. I used to be glued, man. When I had to pawn my TV to get like a pack of 2 or 3 smokes, I mean, that shit was like heartbreaking. Like, that shit was heartbreaking, man. I didn't like watching TV in the living room. I like to just stab in my room, close my door, and fire up a couple cigarettes, and drink some juice. You know what I mean? I had to pawn my TV for like 15, $20. And shit was heartbreaking. Knowing that I'm gonna have to go like 3, 4 days without my TV. Oh man. I was like, oh my God, bro. That shit used to be like, like the damn world coming to an end, man. The world coming to an end. I can't watch no TV. So now I don't know. You know, um, when I first moved here, like I watched hella Walking Dead. I like watched the first 6 seasons of Walking Dead, bro. I was like up on the Walking Dead. I was getting from the library and shit. And then I think I got into taking pictures with my camera. And then what I do after that? Then I ended up buying a leather jacket, and it had me feeling like a rock star. So I went back to my guitar lessons and shit. But I like to play the guitar, but I just was like something I